Good morning! Rock here.
Nancy here.
You sure are here.
Hey man, that was like to the T.
We did it good.
I'm in love with that song.
You love it?
Yeah, I was running to it this morning and
Yeah?
I was like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's something.
I know. How's everybody doing?
How's everybody doing?
It's Friday.
Friday.
Yes.
So,
Another weekend. Didn't we
how's
just
everybody doing?
Didn't we just go through a weekend? Like, I feel like we just went through a weekend.
Quarantine has been a blur. It's been one big weekend.
It's so true,
It's
isn't it?
messed up.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Golden milk.
It's normal.
Golden milk,
Tea.
man. There's something about golden milk.
It's
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 just,
too hot. I'm already
so
sweating. I haven't even
nourishing.
touched it.
I put ice in there.
You put ice?
Yeah.
You should have put a glacier. Because it's like
Oh my god.
volcano.
Drama
Look
king.
at it.
Drama
Smoking.
king. Oh.
Water shouldn't be burning.
Yes, golden milk. I gotta talk a little bit about my golden milk.
Talk about your golden milk.
Now that I have my frother, it's amazing. It's really, it's turmeric, so it's anti-inflammatory. Really, really good for you.
Wow.
That's all I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. Right on.
Yeah.
Welcome to the jungle.
And speaking of 180, you know how like we were once at one point and now we are at this point? How did we do that? Let's explain our 180 experience.
Well,
From point 0 to point 180.
I don't know where you're going with this. You just keep going.
Well, 180 is like every time like did a full 180, meaning like you decide to make these small changes,
Yeah.
change one habit at a
Yeah,
time
I'm with you.
to get to
I'm with you now.
the 180, the
For
change.
sure. For
you know?
sure. Incremental changes. you know.
Yes, small incremental
Any,
changes.
who can change?
Everybody.
Anybody can change.
Everybody.
Will
Everybody.
you do it? No. If you see your life,
It's simple,
If you-
but not. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
is this thing on? Is it my turn to speak?
It
Yeah.
is, it
Okay.
is.
No, but if you're looking to have changes in your life, there's two ways to do it. One is a radical change. Let's talk about diets, for example. You notice you're not eating healthy, you notice that you're gaining weight, you're feeling lethargic, you don't have any energy, so you radically change. You're this person. You take everything out of your cupboard that's not good, you throw it out, and you start brand
was
new.
me.
That was us.
Because we had a great incentive. I was
uh-huh.
like super tired, sick and tired, feeling sick and tired.
Right. The problem with that is that the percentage of success is very low because it's such a big change. It's such a big shock. It's literally doing a 180. Now, pretend you're standing forward and you want to do 180. You jump backwards. Now you're facing backwards. That's a 180. You do it very quickly.
Yeah, you don't look
That's
back.
That's what throwing everything out in one shot is. And what I said before is that often the margin of success is very low because it's such a radical change
Yeah.
that you often fall back onto your old patterns.
You go back to 360.
You go back to 180. Yeah, you do the other 180
You do the
and yeah, you
360.
did a complete 360. What I'm trying to suggest is when you want to do a change in your life, we're still talking about diet here. Let's just because we're going to keep on that theme. Instead of jumping completely 180 and like throwing out everything and starting new, you really want to focus on incremental changes, little things here
See
and
what
there.
I'm doing here?
I'm doing the exact same thing. You do the exact same thing as me, so you make it sound like you're a genius. I'm doing the exact same thing. You're
I'm
hilarious.
supporting you.
I hear you.
Oh.
You're very supportive.
All right.
So, incremental changes are super important. Anybody can do
Sustainable.
that. Anybody can do that, you know. When can you change? Anytime you want, right? Today, right now, after this show. You don't have to be the same person you were 15 minutes ago after the show.
Unless you like being that person.
Yeah. If you like the way you're going, keep going.
Yes.
But if you don't like the way you're going in whatever facet of your life, you can make a change right after this show. You do not have to be the same person you were before the show. Only by choice do you do something like that.
Well, you are the same person. You're just improving the person that you want.
Right. The core stays the same, but you're just like tweaking it a bit, right? It's like a car, same thing. You know, you can soup up an engine, but at the core, the block is always the same. The engine's always the same. You're just adding stuff to it. You know, you're polishing it or you're adding a supercharger. I'm going into car stuff. It might not be. Anyways,
I'm gonna take over here.
go.
So when
I'm thirsty.
drink some water. When I wanted to make a big, like I needed to make that big drastic change just because I was spending like so many years feeling really anxious and just suffering from ongoing anxiety. And I had the opportunity to make those big drastic change, and I made those big changes. But
Why?
To feel better, like mentally, physically, emotionally. And although I made those small, no, I want that because I'm gonna put a song on that towards the end.
You have the song already?
Yeah, I have it in mind. Yeah. So, so what I did was I did do some drastic measures, such as just cleaning out my whole pantry and just wanted everything out, and then
That works for some people.
that works for some people. But what happened is that I did both. I also implemented those small steps, and so it's more sustainable to create this lifestyle. Just because you can't always make these big drastic changes.
Right. Remember, if you haven't worked out in 10 years, the best thing for you to do is to take a walk.
Yeah, start
for
with
10
a walk.
minutes.
Start with a walk.
Don't go to the gym for 6 hours.
Yeah.
That's not going to do any good. It's
Right.
going to set you back.
Yeah, exactly. So what I started out with just, big changes with just cleaning everything out and then start fresh.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah.
But then just gradually adapt to that change,
Yeah.
just continue eating clean.
Baby steps.
Yeah, continue eating clean, and then also just feeding my mind with, good content, and that just worked for me. And meditation, just slowly adapt to that meditation practice and listening to stuff that would uplift me, inspire me, and just
So with the ever-changing technology, the faster, everything, the scrolling, it's super quick and all that, we've become a society that needs instant gratification, instant hits. So often, when you are looking at changing something in your life, you don't necessarily feel those in the incremental change. That's why throwing everything out of the pantry feels like a big victory, but it's often something that's going to set you up for failure. You really have to, like we said, think about an incremental change, One of the things we did to help ourselves with our diet, for example, is we stopped buying processed foods that had high sodium and all that crap. Well, actually, even before that, we started reading ingredients on the boxes or on the products.
Right.
And that started governing a lot of our changes. So if you're looking for a change in your diet, that's the number one thing I would suggest you do is start reading the ingredients on what you're buying. If you can't pronounce it or you don't know what the hell that is, and you're stuck on one product, Googling 20 things, you shouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Well, 5 items or less typically on packaged foods.
Right, so that's another indicator as well. The cleaner the product, the less ingredients.
Yeah,
right?
because if I look at a package and I'm like, oh my god, there's like a chapter on here, I just put it back.
Yeah.
It's usually 5 items or less.
For example, a carrot. Main ingredient? Carrot. That's it.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't get any better than that.
No, exactly.
So when you're buying something, look at the ingredients that doesn't have too many things, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's a matter of not like enjoying not only enjoying the destination, but also enjoying the journey towards your goal, your main goal.
Process.
Enjoying that process,
and the progress as well.
And the difference between things that make you feel good in that moment and everlasting joy is those small incremental changes towards your goals.
That's
just because you're constantly getting a hit of dopamine, that feel-good hormone that makes you feel good that you're achieving something, you're getting closer and closer to your goals. So that is what's the everlasting joy.
Yeah.
So
same thing with quitting smoking. Not many people can just say quit cold turkey. I'm done. been smoking for 30 years. I'm just done.
Well, studies have shown that they just go back.
It's very hard
back to
on
smoking
a
after a
person
while.
to do
They
that.
do
And
the
like I said,
360.
the margin of success is very low.
Yeah.
That's why they have all these drugs to help you wean off. Or,
I like that, Anne. That's a good point.
You know, what I suggested to a couple of people that were smoking was, you know, like start for the first week, just start counting how many cigarettes you smoke. And just don't limit yourself. Just do normal. So if you say, okay, well, I smoke a pack a day. Well, that's usually what, like 20, 25 smokes? So I would say to my, I don't know. But anyway, I think it's 25.
Okay.
If you're buying the big ones, I think. So what I would tell that person is say, okay, well, now that you know how much you've smoked in a week, what I want you to do is next week, try to smoke 1 or 2 less a day.
Yeah, because you can't manage what you don't measure.
And if that doesn't work, try taking your cigarette, and this is what I would literally say to them. If the cigarette's about this long, I would say cut a 1/4 inch off. Just cut 2 puffs off worth. And then cut 2 puffs off. And you know where I came up with that idea?
I don't know.
From you.
We're counting out with food, right?
No, when you were weaning off your antidepressants.
Oh,
Effexor.
yeah. Oh my goodness.
I thought that was very clever. I was like, wow, that's super
happened.
smart. So she was on Effexor for many years, 6 years. And apparently it's one of the hardest drugs to
wean off
kick.
from. Yeah.
So the doctor, you weren't at a
the
very...
withdrawals are like horrifying.
Your dosage was at what, like
Already at a
150?
low dose. Oh, no, that's high. I was at 75, and then I weaned down to 37.5.
Right.
That's the lowest dose.
And then what she did, let me tell the
Yes, of
story.
course. I know, go ahead.
What she did was in the capsules, those milligrams are actually counted in like those little pellets, right? So she would take 5 out every week.
Well, I started with 2 out every week.
She would just take 2 of those little granule things, those little pellets. She would take the capsule apart. I never seen somebody do it. And she would put them all and then take 2 of them out, put them all back in, and then take it. And then the next day 2 out, and then the next week was 3 out, and then 5. And then pretty soon she was taking the capsule with like nothing. And then she was just like, okay, I'm done.
And even with that, the withdrawals were horrifying.
But I still thought that was very cool because you like, even your doctor was like, oh, I never heard anybody do that before.
But I think that stands for everything. I mean, if you do that with everything,
just a little bit here and there,
a little bit goes a long way.
Yeah.
Then you're not shocked and you're not like regressing
Yeah.
to 360, and you just continue
100%
living your life at 180, right? So
it's the same thing with exercising. Like I said before, you don't have to go to the gym for 3 hours in one day.
yeah.
You know, if you haven't done it a long time, just start by going 20 minutes, you know? And then once you start sweating, stop.
Yeah.
And then go home and say, wow, I can do that again. Next day, 22 minutes.
Yeah. So the main takeaway is find out your big incentive. Like what will motivate you to change to
Your
180?
why. Your
why.
why.
Your
What do you
strong
mean
why. And then also, some people do drastic changes, but the best way to do it to be more sustainable is to make those small steps towards your goal or who you want to change,
Right.
like how you want to change.
Remember that the margin of success when you do a complete change is very low. It doesn't mean you can't do it. Just means that you might be setting yourself up for failure there.
Yeah.
Because it's too much, too soon.
Yeah.
You know?
And what helps you manage your changes is to measure it as well. Like you said, with the cigarettes, with my Effexor, with food, like there's
Right.
a lot of apps. In my health coaching program, I work with an app with my clients where they measure their macronutrients, their calories, just to see where they're at and
Benchmark.
see. Yeah, exactly. So
You need a starting point.
I'm not one for like weight and numbers per se, but it's just great to see where you're at, a starting point, and then to work towards that.
Right.
So we're gonna end it there, and I'm gonna kick it a little bit of a French.
So we have some friends coming later on this morning here.
Yeah.
And we're having a great time this weekend. It's going to be exciting. It's supposed to be nice.
Yeah.
You can play the song. This is like the outro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't wait for me to stop talking.
I didn't want to interrupt.
No. This is part of it.
All right.
We love you. We're thinking about you. Let us know in the comment section, what do you do as part of your incremental change? Or are you one of these all in, all out kind of people? And let me know
Whatever works for you.
how that's working out for you.
Whatever works for you guys.
Whatever works. We
Have
love
a good
you.
weekend.
Have a good weekend.
Woo!
Peace out. Jesus, that was loud. I should finish it. You keep your hands up in the air.